They obviously find a property. That's the best time ever, right? Because you just know that it's your house when you walk into it. And I know that. And what ties us in is when they write the contract. We bring you to the finish line. We clear the title. We make sure the title is good so that it goes from the specific seller, that the seller actually signs the documents. And our role is to make sure that the money is there.
Guys, I am with this wonderful lady today. I'm with Jennifer Saman from Central Title Escrow. And we have Las Ñañas, Mayquel and Katiuska. They're back again. I think if you guys are following our podcast, they were on their second episode. Okay? So Jennifer, how are you feeling today?
I'm feeling great, actually.
You are?
I am.
I love this.
I'm really excited.
I love that we're all together.
I do too.
For the first time.
Yes.
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 And I wanted to ask you, why is it so important to have a good relationship between title company, the lending side, and realtors?
So in my years of experience, if the biggest thing that I would say would be care and communication. Care for your file, care for your transaction, the communication that happens between a lender, a realtor, and the listing agent, the selling agent, everyone. It matters so much because without that key care and that key communication, you really don't have a very good transaction. And you all almost have to be acquainted with each other, know the file, know the needs, know your responsibilities to get you to the finish line.
And I want to add to that, Bruno, briefly, because Jennifer and I, just to piggyback on that, Jennifer, we go back since like 2007, 2009.
Wow.
And so when she talks about like the communication part, it's not only dealing with Jennifer and her fantastic group, but it's that friendly, that trust, that for me to be with her for so many years, to use her as in her company and her team as a title company, I mean, that speaks actions, her ethics and professionalism. So it's amazing. Yes. Communication is so key because, like we said in the last podcast, in this real estate industry, you have to communicate, because if not, literally the files will die. The transaction will fail.
And that's number one. I mean, it can be that you don't communicate with the buyer or seller or the title company, because that's where we start. If anything comes up, the title company will be the first one to let us know what's going on. So, I mean, communication is number one key here.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for that amazing advice and answer that you're giving us. Communication and trust. Those are two of the main points when it comes to a relationship between lenders, realtors, and a title company. Now, going with you guys, you ladies, I want to know something. What are you guys doing nowadays to win an offer?
Oh my goodness. Do you want to start, or do you want me to start it?
Yeah, you have a lot to say. I know.
Well, here's the thing, and I feel that a lot of realtors that will listen to me will agree with me 100%. A lot of people, a lot of buyers think, a lot of realtors may think that it's all in the high price, like submitting an offer with the highest price. It's not. It's all about the terms. There has been buyers where we have submitted what they're asking for, if not lower. However, my terms are so key. And what do I mean by terms? Is no finance contingencies.
Right.
Now, when I say these terms, best believe that I am making sure that we are putting the buyers in the best possible situation. So I'm not going to allow my buyers for us to put them in a no finance contingency when I know that it's not going to happen. So that's going to be one. No finance contingency, the appraisal. It doesn't necessarily have to be with the appraisal. There's no appraisal. However, there's ways to go around that where you can still have the contingency of the appraisal. However, there's ways to negotiate.
That's true. There's other ways to do this in negotiation with the with the buyer and the seller. This is always a good point where we go in and we talk, we sit down with the buyer, let them know, hey, this is what we have. This is the multiple offers. And the other thing, Nyanya, that we also mention here is the escalation.
Yes.
Yes. So escalation, it's really good in a contract when you know there's a multiple offers.
Yeah. So what an escalation clause is, for those of you that may not be so experienced, is and I'm sorry, Bruno, but that question is so broad. It is so broad because there's even been where we have submitted an offer and we have to structure where I would call Jennifer and say, Jennifer, listen, I got to win this offer. And so she even helps me. Okay, Kathi, well, this is what we can do. This is how we can structure. These are the fees that I'm willing to negotiate. So it goes in. But back to the escalation clause. The escalation clause is saying that we are going to offer what the seller is asking for. However, with the escalation clause, we're willing to go 20,000 more. Let's say it's just a good number, right? I like 20,000. So 20,000 more, 20,000 more, but that's only if you show me that another offer that came in is 20,000 or higher than mine.
Right.
So-
That's the only way.
If there's a buyer right now watching this episode and is doubting, as of right now, is doubting whether to purchase or not purchase a house, what will you tell them?
My thing is, the buyers that use us, we really are hands-on, not only with me and my sister, but also with the title companies and also the lenders. Very important. So we go to the meetings with you. We
Right. We sit down, we discuss your what your needing is, and then we analyze everything what you guys need. So, and here's the thing. So, before you go out there, I just want you to be secure that that you're not just going out there blind. You're going out there to see what you want for your future and your family, and also that you know that you're sure that you're going to get a loan, because that's what we're here for with the title company and the mortgage company. We work all of us together so that we can get you guys out there for sure that you're going to get a property and that you're going to get into a house where you want to be at with your family.
And it's also important for us to know that because ultimately, guess who's going to be paying for the mortgage for the next 30 years?
Mm-hmm.
It's not us guys. It's the buyer. It's
Right.
you.
Right.
So I want to always make sure that you, as the buyer, you guys are 100% sure that you are not going to default on that monthly payment, because
Right.
things happen. Taxes go up. Sometimes we lose our employment.
Yeah.
I mean, things happen in life. It's just what it is. So we want to make sure that you and your family are very comfortable with the monthly payment. And so, we take it very personal. We take our buyers, and you know what? I can honestly say, for those that do know me out there and know us, our buyers become our friends.
Yeah.
Yes.
You're right. You're right. And I know in real estate, when we talk about real estate, and a lot of people don't know what real estate is, they probably know what a realtor is, maybe a lender, but not a title company for the most part. Like, a lot of people don't know what is the role of a title company. Could you explain to us what the role is, Jennifer?
Absolutely. So we're actually very pleased to work with some amazing lenders and realtors. And so what ties us in is this. The buyer goes to the realtor, talks to the realtor, and obviously the realtor tells them, okay, you need a pre-approval letter. They take them to a lender, and the lender makes sure that they could buy the property and looks at their credit report and how much they can afford. And they obviously find a property. That's the best time ever, right? Because you just know that it's your house when you walk into it. And I know that. And what ties us in is when they write the contract. So they pick us, hopefully, Central Title, to do your closing. And we bring you to the finish line. We clear the title. We make sure the title is good so that it goes from the specific seller, that the seller actually signs the documents. And our role is to make sure that the money is there and that the buyer is completely informed the entire time of the transaction. And we just take them to the finish line. So while I'm saying this in about 3 seconds, there's a lot more in between. There's a lot of communication. There's a lot of clearing. There's a lot of where do you want to close, because everyone has a different schedule. And depending upon where they buy the property, do they want to close at the property? Do they want to close in our office? So whatever's convenient as far as everyone's schedule. But we make sure everyone gets there where they need
Love
to get
that.
to
I
their
love that.
house, their new house.
And
Yes.
I want
That's
to add
awesome.
too that Central Title is bilingual, and I think
Yes.
it's not only Spanish. Don't you have another?
So Arabic, we speak Arabic. Yes,
Okay.
Spanish,
That was the one I
English,
was thinking
and
about.
yes, we can get basically practically any language. So we're here to work with everyone.
Love that.
Absolutely.
Love that.
Mm-hmm.
We are in the industry and we know we need good credit in order for us to purchase a house. But what is the advice you will give out there for people to keep an excellent credit? What does that do to you?
That's a good question there. Well, you know what? To keep up the good credit, it opens the buyer more options for them to qualify. So if you have a good credit, I mean, it gets you more options out there for you to get a loan. It would be easier for the buyer to get that loan. So we advise all buyers out there, if you don't know what the credit is, if you need to know where you need to be or how to keep that good credit, to get more options out there for loans. It's good for them to come and sit down with a lender and check what their credit is at least at one time, so before they purchase their home, so that they can know. I mean, they know where they're at with their credit and what their options are out there.
And what I would add to that, sister, is that well, as we know, here in the United States, we are. I mean, good or bad, but we are judged by our credit reporting.
Yes, right.
It's what it is.
Absolutely.
So if you live here in the United States, then you know that for you to get a credit card, for you to get a car loan, for you to do any of the sort, you have to have some credit.
Yeah.
Now, that being said, it's better to have excellent credit reporting. Of course it is. Tell me somebody that doesn't want that.
Right.
However, it's even difficult for those people that are so extremely responsible with their bills. And even then, sometimes even the ones that come to us and have really good credit, they always say, oh my God, I thought my credit was higher than that. It's
Right.
because, in my opinion, the credit reporting is such a puzzle. It's, there's so many pieces to it. There's so many antennas that it's hard to pin down. Now, what I do want to say is, as far as like for buyers out there that do want to buy, if your credit is good or above good, then yes, your interest rate is going to be lower. The loan program, you're going to have where Bank of America, Wells Fargo, all those other bigger lenders will look at you because
Right.
you're considered a paper. So there's a lot of tentacles. My sister did hit a lot of points, but these are other points that you guys have to really take in consideration if you are looking to buy, become a buyer and purchase a home. It's not impossible. It really isn't. And then we have lenders that really work with us together,
Yes.
where we can get you there. And it doesn't take that long. And again, there is a strategy to the whole credit reporting. So
I love
Wow.
that.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
There's a lot of information
it's
to process.
Exactly.
And to finish this wonderful conversation, I have a question that I don't think you even knew about it.
Oh no.
Describe to me in one sentence, what is real estate to you?
One sentence? Okay.
Not one paragraph.
One sentence would be, I owe everything to real estate.
Love that. By you, Mayquel?
You know what? My sister's right. I owed everything to real estate. Yeah.
That was easy.
And then you're
Are
not
you
going
gonna
to ask
say
me
the
what
same
I
thing?
owe?
I owe everything to real estate, and I am enchanted. I'm enchanted to work with everyone I work with, buyers, sellers, realtors, lenders, and I look forward to serving even more and more as the years go by.
You get the paragraph.
She got the
Yeah,
paragraph.
she got the paragraph. In the city with Bruno, Jennifer Saman.
Kathi
Mayquel.
Thank you so much, guys.
Yay!